Shut it back. Words of a faint, something like a bat. Well, I want your love, call me when you can. Girl, going up, going up.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be going over a tournament that we did called the Sippy Cup, and it's basically babies only, and the rules, there are some extra rules. Munchlax is banned, and the CP has to be 760 CP or below, and you have to be able to use the eggs only search tip, which means, yeah, like I said, babies only, and they had to come from eggs, which I think they can only come from eggs. So we started this recording in the middle of this, or well, right at the beginning of this match, but not at the very beginning. We swapped out of Budew into Niantic against the Magby, and just heads up on this tournament, we actually had about 9 new people, none of whom had ever PvP'd before, so that was really awesome to get such a big turnout for this. I think with the baby theme and not much Stardust needing to be allocated, a lot of people came out for the games. So she comes in with Elekid and takes out my Niantic, and I bring back in the Budew, since it's not going to be taking very effective damage from Elekid. But like you see there, I'm sure no one's used to any of the moves that are coming out from these babies, so I didn't know if it had a move that could actually take me out, and I had a little bit of a lead, so I just wanted to make sure that I could keep that for whatever she was bringing in the last matchup, which is Niantic, and we know Niantic has Aerial Ace, which is going to be super effective against Budew. So you always need to shield the Niantic. And I hadn't really tested any of these Pokemon, but I kind of knew that Bonsly and Budew were really good, especially Budew with his Razor Leaf as his fast move, one of the best fast moves in the baby set. And in this game, she started off with Cleffa, and Cleffa's max CP I think is somewhere around 400, so being way under that 760 is going to be costly, especially to Razor Leaf. It's just doing so much damage, and you have much less HP when your total CP is around 400. So then she comes in with Magby, and this is where Budew really shines. Even against his counters, he's just doing so much damage with his fast attack that he's going to even be able to take out a lot of his counters. Yeah, it's going to cost you some shields maybe, but you know, it's worth it. Another low CP Mon that maxes out at low CP, I think Igglybuff maxes around 450, maybe 500, I'm not too sure on that. But we take the first round there, and we come into the second round here. In my first round opponent, she had never gone to a PvP tournament before. She had PvP'd a lot with her friends, but never at a tournament. And then Minchin99, she said that she was mainly there because her daughter wanted to go, but she has her own account. She had never PvP'd before also, so a lot of new people, which is awesome. We love growing the community. In fact, the place we went told us afterwards that they were like, oh, next time you guys need to tell us that this many people were going to show up, because it was so much more than usual, and they just wanted to make sure that they had a wait staff available. But the thing is, we didn't know this was going to be as big as it was. Anyways, Budew really burned through her whole team there. She had Chingling, which also I think maxes out below the 760 mark. I think it's around 600. I could be wrong on that too. I'm not super familiar with all of these, so just bear with me on these. So our main team was going to be these three right here, Budew, Bonsly, and Niantic. And we always wanted to start game one with Budew in the lead, and then we always swapped out Bonsly into the lead in the secondary one, because we figured people would want to bring the counters to Budew in the second game as their first Pokemon. And Bonsly counters all of Budew's counters. He is super effective against electric and fire. So those are two things that Budew is weak against, just being a grass type. The last Pokemon she has is Riolu. and we have Budew, and this is the same as a lot of the games. If you shield, you're going to be able to take out a Pokemon with Budew. Now, since he does use Razor Leaf, it's really hard for him to actually get to his charge attack. So we lost the recording on game 1, and then game 2 here, we did the same strategy of switching in Bonsly for the lead. He starts Smoochum, so Bonsly is Rock, which is good against Ice, and he brings in Magby, which was interesting because Bonsly is good against Magby also, but then we see in the very back he also has Elekid. So Bonsly just good against all 3 of these. We're going to shield any attack that comes through because we just want to keep Bonsly in there as long as possible since he's going to be doing so much damage to all 3. And that's another one that I forgot to mention. Bonsly counters Ice, which is Smoochum, which is also going to be super effective against Bonsly. So, yeah. And then the final round here is against Rosborn, and we see he has a Budew also. He, I think, was the only other person. Well, several people had Budew, but I think this is the only one we actually saw went up against. And he led it just like us, so probably using the exact same strategy we're using. And we decided we're just both gonna leave our Budew in there and see who blinks first. And he actually doesn't shield my Grass Knot, and as soon as he doesn't shield, I know I need to shield anything he's doing so that I can win the Budew mirror match and then go into the next match with so much energy and having that little bit of HP left still. Now, he does have Magby, and we would have loved to have brought a Magby to this tournament, but I actually didn't have a Magby. The last Magby I had was 100%, and I actually leveled it all the way up. And that was before PvP. I don't really open too many eggs, so we come back in with the Mantike, which has Aerial Ace, and even though Mantike's going to be taking a lot of damage from those Razor Leaves, he has a charge move that is going to be really good against it. And also Aerial Ace, good against Riolu because of his fighting type, but we're so low there, he ends up taking us out. And we have Bonsly and Budew in the back, and we know Budew only has a little bit of HP left, but we still decide to shield the first charge attack because we know if this Riolu makes it to Bonsly, he's going to be doing so much damage with that counter. So counter being another really good fast attack of the babies, so that's why Riolu is so good as well. Now Bonsly can learn counter, but I think Rock Throw is pretty good since I was using it the way that I said before as a counter to Budew's counters. So we end up swapping in to our second team that we always swap into, but this time we take on Riolu, which is not good, so we end up swapping out for the Mantike and eat up this Cross Chop, which is not going to be very effective since we're a flying type. And actually leaves his Riolu in there pretty long, allowing us to have enough energy to get to this charge move here and do the Aerial Ace. Now he has to shield on Budew because it's super effective. And I think it would do something like 60% if he didn't do it. And we actually under-tap there because we're scared of dying to the Razor Leafs. And he doesn't shield that one, which takes him really low, and we decide we want to go into the mirror match and just exchange the exact same amount of life total to get his Budew out and to get ours back in. Now he comes in with a Magby, so we swap right back out to Bonsly because we want to eat up all the damage, and it's super effective against Magby because we know Riolu's in the back, and Riolu can hurt Bonsly so much. We end up having enough for a charge move here, but he does have a shield, so I think he's going to counter us to death here. And our last Pokemon is Budew. And we actually don't shield here, but it's not because I knew I could take it or anything. For some reason, I actually thought that Magby was still in the back, so I wanted to save a shield for any fire charge move that was coming because it would probably knock me out. So this was just a for fun tournament, no ranked or anything like that. And I really loved the turnout. I hope a lot of these people come back. It seemed like everyone had a really good time. We raffled off a prize. And yeah, I look forward to seeing everyone here again. My friend after the tournament made this image in the Discord, so I decided to put it on there. The congratulations, it's a Vergyverg inside the the Budew. Yeah, so that's going to be it for this video, and thanks for watching.